What is up, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game, post-home run derby show after Teoscar Hernandez becomes the first Dodger in franchise history to win the home run derby. And we're going to talk about Teo's big night down in Arlington, Texas. First thing that comes to mind is that is where the Dodgers win championships. They win championships down at Globe Life Field down in Arlington, Texas. And I think it's a good omen for what's to come in October. Definitely great to see Teoscar Hernandez. Big congratulations to Teo, who hits 49 home runs total. 49 home runs total for Teoscar Hernandez tonight. And what a thriller. Bobby Witt Jr. came so close to making it extremely too interesting at the end. Felt like, oh, is this a postseason collapse, a big game collapse for the Dodgers? But no, they get the dub, and Teoscar Hernandez gets the win. He gets the hardware. Shout out to Tay All-Star Hernandez. He hits 19 home runs in the first round, 16 home runs in the semifinals, and then 14 in the final. 14 in the final for 49 bombs total. And this was for Jock Peterson. This is for Matt Kemp and Mike Piazza and Yasiel Puig and every single Dodger that's competed in this event where you haven't seen the success. Matt Kemp, I mean, guys that really you were hoping to put on bigger of a show. And look, we know that the show that Jock put on was insane. It's 60 at 39 in the round, but still, tonight to have Teoscar Hernandez, who was really a late entry. I mean, he was someone who was campaigning for this, and finally he gets in, and he's the guy who ends up winning. So, hey, you invite me late to the party. Well, guess what? I'm going to be the man of the party, and that's certainly what he was. It was great to see that. You look at the Dodgers, they've tried to win this in the past. They've had some chances. Of course, Jock Peterson was absolutely ridiculous in his time doing it in 2019, but still, you didn't get that crown. You didn't win that home run derby, and now they got a championship to celebrate. Look, I don't care. If there's a championship to win, I'm going to try to win it. And Teoscar did it. The Dodgers definitely got some good vibes from that, and definitely love to see really just the overall excitement, the electricity from tonight. I thought it was great for baseball to have that final round, and we're going to break it down in depth here in a second. But still, just Teoscar Hernandez going out there, winning that home run derby for the Dodgers. Now, the boy in me, the fanboy as a kid, has always wanted this. I mean, the Dodgers have never won the home run derby. Now, you can't say that. You can't say that. I mean, the Dodgers have a home run derby champion in Teoscar Hernandez. Mike Piazza, he competed in the Derby in 93 and 94, hit 0. Mondesi, 95, hit 2. Hee-Seop Choi in 05, hit 5. Kemp, twice, 2011 and 2012. He had 2 in 2011 and 1 in 2012. Puig in 14 had a donut. 0. Jock Peterson, 15. He had 24. 19, he hit 60, including 39 in a round. Seager hit 15 in 2016. Belly hit 12 in 2017. Max Muncy hit 29 in 2018. And Mookie Betts hit 11 last year. But finally, Teoscar Hernandez gets that win. And I want to say, he needs to be extended. They need to find a way to re-sign Teoscar Hernandez. So we'll talk about that too. But welcome to this emergency edition of the Dodgers Nation post-home run derby show. And let me know down below. I mean, how exciting is this for you? Maybe it's not that exciting for some of you. Maybe it's thrilling for others. I personally thought it was great. The home run derby is the best event for any all-star weekend. It absolutely clears the NBA's dunk contest. It's not even close. And I thought you saw tonight, they put on a big show. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. I like this. Go to Oscar. That's from Edward. That's a comment of the show. We got proud Dodger fan from Dan Weitzman, $19.99 super chat. Appreciate that. All the super chat money is going directly to Teoscar's extension. I'm going to put it in an envelope and give it to Andrew Friedman himself. Adrian Sanchez says, can we pray that he doesn't have a home run derby slump? I'm here to tell you that is a myth. That is a myth. Juan Soto said a couple years ago that he found his swing in the home run derby in Los Angeles when he went out there and he became the home run derby king. And really, a lot of that is a myth, and it has to do with the fact that guys overperform in the first half when you're healthy, when you have a lot of gas in the tank. And it's only natural for some guys to drop off in the second half of the season. So, yeah, there's some examples, but, I mean, you look at last season, Julio Rodriguez, before the home run derby, he had a 721 OPS after he had a 941 OPS. So, helped him. Mookie Betts had a 964 OPS before the Derby last year after a 1,018 OPS. Pete Alonso, Adley Rutschman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I mean, these guys have had better second halves last season than they did. Now, Luis Robert Jr., his numbers went down. Randy Rosarena's went down significantly. And Adolis Garcia's, Adolis definitely slumped a little bit. But for the most part, it has been dispelled, and it has to do more with the fact that players in general are going to have better numbers heading into the All-Star break. It's not really a break, right? I mean, look at where these teams are at. You're way more than halfway throughout the season, but still, I would not worry about that. But I know if he does have a slump, that people are going to point at that. But we got Anthony Keene. When's the parade? D-Mac Jr. I'm popping bottles, man. I owe someone a shoey for this. I owe Teoscar a shoey for this. So maybe on tomorrow's show, the morning show, Dodgers Dugout Live. Teoscar for sunflower seeds present from Edward Valiz. Adrian Sanchez, can we pray that he doesn't have a home run derby slump, please? Polar Pete eats ice cubes. We got Brian Gax, Craig Osterberg in the house, Jimmy Solis. That was amazing, especially seeing him and his family after. Mr. Seabad, Teo, and rest of the Dodgers are headed to Kershaw's house for a post-derby party. Yeah, it was great to see that. I mean, you saw Tyler Glass now. He was there. He was providing support. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I didn't see too much of Will and Shohei and those guys. But look, here's the thing. Look, it's not about that. It really isn't. I mean, I think this team has great chemistry. I wouldn't put too much weight into that at all whatsoever. My favorite clip of the night was on the Japanese television broadcast that had Juan Soto talking to Shohei and Teoscar and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the same time. And I don't know. Who knows? You never know with this team. By the way, I actually did have someone that works in Philly radio that hit me up after my show today when we were talking about Juan Soto, and he told me that, yes, the Yankees and the Mets are two teams that are the front runners for Juan Soto's services, but he also pointed out that Juan Soto and Trey Turner, they're best friends, that Juan Soto, he loves Bryce Harper from their time together with the Nats, and that Kevin Long, that's his favorite hitting coach. And also, look at how the ball plays in Philly. It's a bandbox offensively. He would rake there. He likes being on the East Coast. And apparently, there's some buzz about Juan Soto to the Phillies. So the Phillies, you could add them as a third team. So don't count out the Phillies is something that I was told about Juan Soto and his future. So we got Jock was a victim of home cooking. Hometown boy got 2 rests between semis and finals. Jock had just 1. More super chats. Robert Fry has a $4.99 super chat. Friedman, let's get Teo a rain check on that extension. Yeah, here's the thing about Teoscar Hernandez too. You can offer him the QO. You can make him the qualifying offer. So if they don't get the extension done, at the very least you extend him the qualifying offer, and that helps your chances of being able to get a deal done, because a team that would sign him would have to forfeit draft picks in order to sign him long term. So if you're the Dodgers, you have that. And is he going to take the $20 million or so to come back with LA on a 1-year deal? No, but it still helps your cause, and it's a way that tells you that the Dodgers know what they're doing when it comes to signing some of these guys on 1-year deals, because they can put them in favorable situations in lineups that are stacked with talent, and Teoscar has put together a great season, a great all-star level season, and he's put himself in a position to go out there and get paid. He put himself in a position to go out there, and on this stage, I think tonight, one of my big takeaways was, man, Teoscar Hernandez, this is an exhibition, right? This is for the fans. Yes, he gets $1 million. That's great. He signed for over $23 million with the deferred money for the Dodgers this season. The $1 million is great, but tonight, I think tonight was about advertising. Tonight was showing teams around Major League Baseball that, yes, I rake against lefties. Yes, I'm a plus bat who this season's hitting 261 with a 126 weighted runs created plus, has 19 home runs and 62 RBIs. But it was also about showing teams out there, you can sell me as a star player. You can have my bobblehead night. I got that $1 million smile. I've got charisma. I can bat number 3 in your lineup. Give me $100+ million. So I think tonight was great for Teoscar Hernandez's brand. I think that it turns him into more of a household name. And now he's an all-star on the Dodgers for a team that is still one of the favorites to go out there and win the World Series. So teams can also view him as someone that gets a team over the top. But it's great to see him. You guys, if you watch the show, who was my pick to win? You can call me a homer, but I still picked Teoscar Hernandez to win this event, and that's because of his swing. I mean, you look at his swing. It's short, it's compact, he's got great balance, swings through the ball, great hands, and it's really built for a home run derby competition just because you don't see a huge sellout on every single swing because of how clean it is. So when it comes to fatigue, he benefits from that. He's not someone that looked like he was completely gassed, and that's why I think he was able to win this competition. So we'll continue to break this down, but welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-home run derby show, celebrating the Dodgers' first ever home run derby champion in Teoscar Hernandez. So great to see, finally, the curse is over. And I do think that this is a good omen. Say what you want. You could say it means nothing. I'm going to say it's a good omen. I think it's the first big championship the Dodgers win this season. You got the home run derby champ. Hopefully, he's the World Series champ because he's someone that absolutely is a major difference maker for this team. We got Teo had a great pitcher, Carl. It's a fire take right there. I want to give you tons of credit for that one because you got to give credit for Dino Ebel. Dino Ebel's out there hitting his spots, great command, throwing lasers, throwing darts. I mean, only person out there that would have done a better job would probably have been Lance Lynn. And Lance Lynn out there, we know, would have crushed it. Teoscar would probably hit 100 tonight. No, I'm just playing with you, Mr. Lance Lynn. You know I love you. Roy Estrada, D-Mac, talk about Ward possibly coming up in River Ryan's debut after the All-Star weekend. We'll talk about that tomorrow's show. We're going to focus on Teoscar tonight. Got a loaded show tomorrow. We have 2 shows. We got Dodgers Dugout, and after tomorrow, we're launching a brand new show at Dodgers Nation called The Dugout, which is about all of Major League Baseball. We're going to talk about all teams, all trade possibilities for all teams, because if you're a fan of the Dodgers, you got to know what's going on with other teams as well because it always impacts your team. But we got D-Mac Teo for leadoff. That's from Ricky Vasquez over on YouTube. Go Tawny. Yeah, definitely comment down below. That's from Julio Martinez. Alex Glasnow really is the coolest. I love Glasnow's vibe, dude. I mean, his vibe check for him is literally a 10. It's literally off the charts, and he's a great dude, and he's going to be here for a long time throughout his whole entire prime. Forget Piazza, one of the biggest jerks I've ever met, Ricky Vasquez. I kind of got stiffed by a Piazza autograph back in the day. I almost regretted saying that, too. Mitchell Hawkins, Teo, first ever Dodger to win is so awesome. Rosemary Rodriguez, finally, something to be happy about. Great point, Rosemary. I love that you bring that up because it was a nightmare week for Dodgers fans. Going 1-5, 2 walk-offs in a row. You blow a 5-run lead in the ninth on Saturday, and then Sunday, you got Johan Ramirez has a meltdown, and you lose after he just basically threw the game away, literally, by missing the throw to third on the bunt attempt. So to have something to feel good about after what was a very down last couple of weeks for the Dodgers, that definitely means something. Mike Moore says it was a beautiful night. Victor Bonio said, let's give an extension to Teoscar Hernandez, home run derby champ, and 2024 World Series MVP.
Fire take.
That's a hot take. That's hot right there. I think it's very cool. Good for Teo. That's from Norman Rowe. Teo. We got ESPN. Take that. Keep on hating on the Dodgers. That's for Armando Flores. Robert, it's not better than the three-point contest. That's debatable. I like the three-point contest, but I still think when the home run derby is good, like at the end here, I thought that Steph versus, we got to Ryan $10. What's up, Doug? You called it. Hernandez or Garcia. Yep. Gotta love my guys. Robert says Teo doesn't win without the support of future Dodger Vladdy and Glass now. Let's go. Absolutely. Vladdy was big. Oh my God, so many super chats. Yeah, appreciate all the super chats. All going to the Teoscar Hernandez Fund. Scott Slater, D-Mac, greetings from South Carolina. Cali Dodgers fan out here on the East Coast for Uncle Sam. Hashtag Teo. Let's go Dodgers. Jose Mata, and they're all Dominican players that have won recently. I believe I heard he was the 7th Dominican to win the event. Of course, the only 3-time winner was Mr. Ken Griffey Jr., friend of the show. And also, I think you could also say another feat was he's the oldest since Big Papi at over 31 years of age. But kind of getting down and kind of breaking this down. Going to get to all these super chats. Going to get to all your chats for sure. We got lots of people down below. Did you cover people complaining about Glass, Ohtani, and Smith leaving early? LMAO, Mark Chavez. I mean, to me, look, these guys, this is an all-star weekend. They're in the midst of a 162-game season. I'm not going to blame these guys because I've been inside that Dodgers clubhouse, and I can tell you that this is a professional group of men, of baseball players that respect every single one in that clubhouse. So if people had a reason not to be there or not be there till the end, then I'm sure it was completely understood. So I'm not going to fault any of the Dodgers if they left a little early because, look, I mean, it's All-Star weekend, and I just know for a fact this team has awesome chemistry behind closed doors. And there's no doubt about that. Jose Rod 05, I thought Bobby hit that 450 dead center. I was a little nervous. I was definitely a little nervous, and I saw the look on Teo's face, and it felt like, oh my goodness, this feels like we're getting a postseason collapse in October in a home run derby in July. So it almost felt like, okay, of course it would happen to us Dodgers fans, right? But still, he found a way to hang on, and the Dodgers got the dub with Teoscar Hernandez. Keith Potter, after Teo winning the Derby, the All-Star game is going to be a letdown. You never know with the All-Star game. You really don't. We got... kind of getting back to the three-point contest versus the home run derby. The three-point contest definitely has its moments. I thought that Steph versus Ionescu was better than the contest itself. And it's really good. There's no doubt about it. But I still think the home run derby, when it's at its best, the theater, and those guys gave it everything they had tonight. I mean, those guys were out there winning a championship. Teoscar Hernandez was speechless. I like this from Ricky Vasquez. Tay over the fence. Get a fire take right there. Look, everyone won tonight. Look, baseball won. The fans won. Teoscar won. Dodgers fans won. The only thing that didn't win tonight was the ears of the people at Globe Life Field that had to hear that national anthem. Did you guys hear that national anthem? My goodness, making Fergie look like it was Whitney Houston singing the national anthem in the Super Bowl. What were your thoughts on that? 1999 from Yoda. That is Teoscar re-signing fund. We got praying for infinity health for Teo, David, Jinzo. Where was Freeman, Smith, Betts, and Ohtani to support their teammate? I'm seeing a lot of this. And it'll be interesting to hear what was the case. But you have to remember, these guys played a long season. They were there all day doing media. Sure, it would have been nice to have them stay there the whole time, but I don't think that this is a indication this team has bad chemistry. I mean, especially when you're Doug. Why do you think that Ohtani, D-Mac Jr. 499, I appreciate you. First of all, Ohtani, you talk about being a great teammate. Ohtani showed Jim he might be the damn reason why Teoscar Hernandez signs a $90 to $100 million extension or new contract with the Dodgers after this season. So let's be honest. What's the most super chats? Man, were you guys with us after they won the 2020 World Series? That thing actually broke. We couldn't even, we lost the amount of member counters. It was so huge a couple years ago when they won the 2020 World Series. Well said, D-Mac. Great to see you. What up, Captain? What up, David Jinzo? We got Gia, Doug, why do you think see a lot of people talking about that? Props to Dino Ebel as well. Bryce M, forget his brand. We need to step up and give him that bag. Look, like I said at the top of the show, the Dodgers can extend in the qualifying offer. And by doing that, that would make teams that want to sign him have to really want him badly because you would have to forfeit some draft picks to go get that. The Dodgers had to do that for the Shohei Ohtani signing, right? Now, I think when you look at Teoscar Hernandez and what he brings to this team, well, he fits perfectly in this lineup. that's for starters. And you need your stars. They have their stars. You have Mookie, you have Freddie, you have Shohei Ohtani. But you also need those second stars, guys that aren't your number ones or number twos, but guys that play a specific role for your team. And Teoscar Hernandez, he mashes lefties at an elite level. Since 2021, he's up there with Mookie Betts and Aaron Judge and some of the best hitters in baseball against southpaws. He is in that collection of talent. And also, the Dodgers need outfielders. They absolutely need outfielders. They do, in a big way. And you look at the next offseason, Juan Soto, you better be able to back up the Brinks truck, $500 to $600 million. Juan Soto is getting more money than Aaron Judge, but less than Shohei Ohtani. I think it's 12 years, 545. Mets, Yankees, I've heard from people in Philly not to count out the Phillies. But you got Juan Soto, Cody Bellinger, Michael Conforto, Mark Canha, Anthony Santander, Kevin Kiermaier, Harrison Bader, Manuel Margot, Jason Hayward, Alex Verdugo, Max Kepler, Hunter Renfroe, Tyler O'Neill, Mitch Haniger, and then you got Teoscar Hernandez. So if you're going to go out there and be active in the free agent market, you better bring back Teoscar Hernandez or trade for a Randy Arozarena or a Luis Robert Jr., because I think for a team that's as win now as they are, you're probably not going to rely on just these farmhand, homegrown outfielders in Andy Pages, James Outman, and Miguel Vargas. A couple of those guys could be traded as soon as the next couple of weeks, right? So I think Teoscar Hernandez is a must re-sign for the Dodgers. They signed him for a $23.5 million deal on a one-year deal that has the opt-outs. I mean, that has the deferred money, but I think you could bring him back somewhere around 90 to 100 million. I mean, he's still 31. I mean, maybe something 90 million range could potentially give you Teoscar Hernandez. We got Lance Lynn, Schaefer, D-Mac. I love my Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn and Teo both made Dodgers history in very different ways. Mitchell Hopkins, would you like the All-Star game to decide home field advantage again? Absolutely not. No way, no how. I mean, that was one of the worst ideas ever, because it just made no sense for an exhibition game. That was one of Bud Selig's L's. You never want to see that. David Sabatini, what's up, D-Mac? Rochester, New York in the house. Keith Potter, did anyone else notice Bohm's pitcher was throwing hard? I did see that. He was really bringing it, man. Maybe the adrenaline got to him there. Go Teo from Dixie. I love that. That's from Deadpool. Don says, Go Tani, hashtag Go Tani. Bro went and grabbed the trophy for Teo. Boxer, yeah, I thought that was cool. Rourke says, wake up Friedman, Teo's price just went up again. Yeah, the price is going up, man. And that's a good thing. It's a good problem to have, because if the price wasn't going up for Teoscar Hernandez, that would mean that he wasn't having a good season for the Dodgers, but he is, and he's turning out to be one of the best free agent signings that's been an under-the-radar signing, quite frankly, in the offseason. He's been overshadowed by Shohei and Yamamoto, but Teoscar was exactly what the Dodgers needed, and I think he's going to play a pivotal role in this team's run at a World Series. And just kind of going back and looking tonight, I mean, first Dodger home run derby winner, seventh Dominican-born player to win the home run derby. You look at the first couple of rounds, and he was crushing it, man. He was crushing it, and he hit the first 4 home runs on the first 6 pitches, had a little bit of a down swoon there, and then he ends up hitting 2 over the next 11 pitches. And then you look at Gunnar Henderson. He was supposed to be one of the favorites. He ends up hitting just 11. That helped Teo get to the semifinal. And then next round, first 8 swings, no home runs. He went 0 for his first 8, and then he hits 3 out on his next 10. Called the timeout, great timeout there at the 1 minute 31 second mark, and then he went off. He hit 8 home runs in the next 10 pitches. It's 13 home runs before the bonus round, and then he added another bomb to get him to 14 home runs. And you mentioned Alec Bohm. He had 21 home runs in that first round, and then that helps him get that first seed, but then he hit just 3 in his first 17 pitches there in the second round, and then he hit 8 home runs. He hit 6 home runs out of 8 pitches in the next part, And that really set it off. I mean, that tied him with 14 with Teo, but then boom, he had 3 straight outs there in the bonus round, and that puts it at a swing off. And then Teo, first swing, he fouls it off, and it goes right there in left field. But then he hits 2 bombs, and then he crushed a bomb just went off right there. And then boom, he crushed the first 2. And then he was that was it. I mean, Hernandez, he gets the final versus Bobby Wood Jr. So that was awesome to see. And the final round, that was just electric, man. That final round with Teoscar Hernandez, he goes up there and he gets 4 home runs in his first 13. He calls the timeout with just under a minute. And then Teo, then he goes off. He had 7 home runs in his next 12. And he gets to the bonus round with 11 bombs. And then in the bonus round, he gets another one. And then he ends up with 14 total bombs in that final round and 49 home runs on the night. So that's the great thing. When you hit it over 425, you got that extra swing. And you got Teo with the 4 home runs there before calling that timeout. Yeah, I mean, he's with Bobby Wood Jr. So with Bobby Wood Jr., it was close, man. He gets to 4 home runs before using that TO, and he used it early. He called the timeout with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, and then Bobby Witt, he ends up going off, man. He needed 4 home runs there in that bonus round to win it, and then with just one swing, he could either tied it or just won it. He ends up hitting the top of the wall right there. So how about that? Teoscar Hernandez winning the home run derby, man. Extend the man. 4 years, $100 million contract. Last from Los Dodgers World Series champs. Teo better be back next season. No excuses. Today's win is shoey worthy. Robert Frias. Let's do it tomorrow. I got you. Teardrops and closed caskets says, hey, D-Mac, what's up with the other teammates not showing support? Alfonso Lucio. Hey, D-Mac, will you have Jim Riley, Robbie Hyde, or some of the guys from Bleed Los on the show? I'm really cool with the guys from Bleed Los. I love those guys. Juan and Roger, they're great dudes. They know ball. I want to go to the carne asada. Maybe I'll have the carne asada at my house. Maybe my house is like a hot dog thing, barbecue. But yeah, as far as Jim Riley, I've been on his show a couple times, and Robbie Hyde as well. So yeah, I love all those dudes. Maybe I'll have some on the show for sure. We got John Morosi on the show later this week. We had Buster Olney last week and Bob Nightingale. So I'm also going to bring my guy Jeff Snyder, fellow Locked On dude, on the show pretty soon as well. We need pitching 199. We got lots of big guests coming up though. $10 on Teoscar Hernandez, 1B130. That is from Major Chip Hazard. David Ginzo, I think Teo strikes out too much. His lucky hits can't continue. That's from David Ginzo. Competitors at their finest. Teo is really as serious as anyone on this team. We got Kelly Oshiro. Shohei was there for the first round with Charlie Freeman. He probably had to go to sleep. Yeah, kids got to go to sleep. Shohei needs his sleep as well. And look, I think that's kind of one of those things where if you definitely just want to have something to complain about and something to criticize these guys about, sure, go for it, run with it. But I'm definitely not going D-Mac, bad time to bring up ears, Roy Estrada. But give you a bruh right there. Go Tawny, Brian Hernandez, national anthem. Yeah, that was ugly. LMAO, she let Fergie off the hook for real. Anthony King, the anthem was bad. Immediately muted the TV. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about though. I mean, how big of a deal was that you guys didn't see the teammates out there after? Come on, D-Mac. It was just a little girl, Alex. Hey, come on now. For this show, we got to keep it 100, guys. That's my only guarantee to you guys. I'm going to give you the truth. Anthony King, Fergie was at the All-Star game, if I remember right. Maybe it's just something about All-Star anthems. Yeah, and this time it wasn't Draymond that was holding back the laughter. It was Bohm, which I thought was pretty hilarious. A 199 Super Chat, the anthem was worse than the White Sox. That is a finish him for sure. Blue, Andrade, that was the worst national anthem. She was loaded or high. She needed a long shot at tequila. If it sounded like it was questions. It sounded like she was singing questions out there. No trash cans allowed in the home run derby. That's from Dodger Blue 82. That is a finish him too. We got where can I get that Teo towel? I had people texting me that. My friend Joe Magazzini, day one of the show, he was texting me that towel was fired. Absolutely. I want my Teos, Mayo, D-Mac, OG Vic the Brick, 10 years from now, Guggenheim 75%, Japanese zone, Otani being the head. I'm getting a Dino Ebel jersey from B. I like that. It's a fire take. Hernandez signed my brother now. Absolutely. Brian Hernandez. Robert Frias. For a second there, I thought Northwest was singing the national anthem. Oh, man, I know I was getting some good laughs from you guys today. Wow. Yo, D-Mac, crowned Teoscar, crown Ray Oscar. I like that. I thought Henderson's Scooby-Doo impression was funny. That was from History Man 0282. Don Kim, Dodgers average against left-handed pitching this year is better than previous years, I believe. Yeah, I mean, this year it is. And you look at that as a whole, it's not just how they're faring overall against lefties that are on high velocity. And that's something you always want to focus on with this team. And it's something that's you definitely want to think about when it comes to the postseason as well. But when you look at the Dodgers against lefties on the season, they have a 798 OPS. That's second in all of Major League Baseball behind the Houston Asterisks and right above the Philadelphia Phillies. So it's definitely a big factor for this team and one thing they were trying to address this offseason. But Matthew Gondo, why was Glass now the only Dodgers teammate there? More people should have supported him. That's from Matthew. Deferral Dodgers, baby, from Isaiah Cruz. The Outman down year is really hurting this team from Mitchell Hopkins. Yeah, a lot of you guys are upset about that. I'm curious to see what 5 years, $100 million for Teo. D-Mac, can a brother get a shout-out? What up, David Herrera? Absolutely. You can get, I got your shout-out right there. Belly is a bum now. Hey, come on now. Where my Belly Evers out? Shout-out to D-Mac with the 2022 All-Star Game shirt. Yeah, you know, I had to be on theme a little bit tonight. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, Tay. I like that. Teo. I like that. Jose Rod 05, 4 years, $90 million. Makes a lot of sense. Total would be 5 years, $113 million. Dino is uber cool from Ella Shiva Jones. Absolutely, Dino's the man. I've talked to him. This guy is talked to him tons of times, and he lives, eats, breathes, sleeps, bleeds baseball. He is a baseball junkie to the absolute core, and it's great to have him getting some love because he absolutely deserved it because those guys had chemistry out there, and you have to get into grooves. That's how you win the home run derby. You get in these little grooves. You saw that with Teoscar tonight. Home runs in bunches, and that helps you win this competition. And a good BP coach, a good home run derby pitcher is someone who, one, is not Corey Seager's dad, and two, is someone that can get you in rhythm, make you feel comfortable, and that's what Dino Ebel did. So he deserves this, man. You got to cut that trophy right in half. Absolutely. He was fantastic tonight. Carne asada fries, I be stroking. You know how I get down. We got the Halliburton killer back-to-back. Next year, Otani will win. D-Mac, you're invited to all carne asadas, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, definitely. Those guys are great. 10-130 is excellent. David Herrera, D-Mac. David, he wants all the shout-outs here. But, yep, guys, Teoscar, Hernandez. Are we having a parade? Is this parade-worthy? I don't think it's parade-worthy. But it's definitely – is this T-shirt worthy? Is this hat worthy? I'm not so sure. But I like this. Ben Kawucha is a comment of the show. Dodgers plus Globe Life equals magic. Absolutely. How do I get a Hernandez 37 jersey, Brian? You know what? I'm going to talk to my people tomorrow. Maybe we'll give a Teoscar jersey away for 94,000 subs. So, and we'll have Tay All-Star be the comment. So look for that confirmation tomorrow. It's only right. Brew, Dodgers PR team working extra hard this year. Real talk, most of the Dodgers not hurt and not Teo are not game changers. His son is an LSU commit. It's ring worthy. That is from Keith Potter. We want 10 more. We got Teo funds. We got feels like the Lakers midseason championship, David Ginzo. I think it's worth more than that, to be honest with you. I really do. That midseason championship, that did nothing for me, man. That really didn't do anything for me at all. And I think it's that whole tournament. I know a lot of people liked it, but I think this is actually more than that for me, to be honest with you. Because I mean, the Home Run Derby, it's the crown jewel of All-Star Weekend competitions. Like, here's the thing. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I still remember what Jock did in 2019. I still remember what Mike Piazza, or not necessarily Mike Piazza, but really Puig didn't do in 2014, and Matt Kemp and guys like that. I forgot that the Lakers won the midseason championship by the springtime, okay? I mean, seriously, it's something that, first of all, it didn't really amount to anything. Just look at have you ever seen the picture of AD and LeBron that are sitting at the podium with their medals? They just don't even look happy at all. They're like, what did we even win? Like, what is this? I think that banner, to me, I don't think it should be hung up. I really don't. I mean, come on now. The only thing I will say is all you need to know about the in-season championship being absolutely meaningless is the Lakers fired their coach who won it. Okay? And that same coach also took him to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, for me, I'd rather have them play for money. Like that. Tonight it was cool. I mean, Teoscar won $1 million. I mean, right? I mean, for me, I think the bonus money, you needed more than there was. So, yeah, that didn't do anything for me at all whatsoever, for sure. But let me know. I mean, what's bigger, the Lakers in-season tournament championship or the Teoscar Hernandez home run derby? Hey, Dougie Fresh from Massimo Buffon. Appreciate you, my guy. A super chat. Hey, Dougie Fresh. Teo had a great home run derby performance. Hopefully the derby does not destroy his swing like it did Bellinger and Jock Peterson. Who do the Dodgers go after at the deadline? Thoughts. So, couple thoughts is, yes, you look at pre-All-Star Belly a couple years ago, yes. I mean, he was on another level. And home run derby wise, though, look, like I said, a lot of guys, they're out there. Some say it helps their swing. Some say that maybe it doesn't. But the numbers prove that I read to you guys earlier, guys like Mookie Betts and Julio Rodriguez and Pete Alonso, Adley Rutschman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., they all performed better after the home run derby last year. So I think it's really player specific more than anything else. And I don't expect Teoscar to cool off. If anything, I think this is good. I think this is Jose Amatis' DMAC for tomorrow's national anthem. Hey, look, I can talk, can't sing. Okay, you do not want to hear that. My grandma used to always ask me, where was the, she always say, Doug, where's the money I gave you for singing lessons? I mean, she wasn't very nice about it, but I'm sure you guys are all better singers than me. But let's get Kenny Chung here. I wonder if the organization gets a duplicate of the home run derby trophy to display. I was thinking the same thing. I almost can guarantee they do. And you'll probably see that somewhere down below where the Cy Youngs are and the World Series trophy is. And look, I'm going to contact someone within the organization tonight, and I'll look for that tomorrow. I'm going to find out about that because I think it's almost a guarantee. Doug, look at Massimo as a super chat. Thanks, Nate. You got my boy Massimo in the chat. We got home run derby for sure. David Sabatini. Paul DMAC, you should be in the next celebrity game. I like that. I like that. I'm going to give you a 5. We go. He says, this is a championship. It doesn't matter when Jeannie sent Joey or Jesse Buss to collect the hardware. LOL. That's another really good point. David Ginzo, I was being sarcastic about the midseason championship comparison. Oh, wow. Swelling sausage. DMAC, hello, best day for the Dodgers all year. Does Dino get paid? Dave, good question. I would like to know that as well. I'm sure he's going to break him off. I don't know what they asked Teoscar in the post-game presser. I would have asked Teoscar Hernandez, what are you going to do? I mean, if it was Ohtani, we know Dino would be getting a Porsche tomorrow, but Teoscar Hernandez makes you wonder how he's going to celebrate this with Dino Ebel because he played a major role for sure. Wasn't WWE supposed to present a belt too? I did not know that. Were they? Thanks, Joe Rodriguez. You're the man. Paul Gutierrez. Yeah, DMAC, what would Teo's contract extension look like? So I personally think you look at his age. He's having an all-star season. He hasn't slowed down against lefties. He's proven that he rakes against left-handed pitching at a top 6 level. And he's someone that's a threat to hit anywhere from 25 to 30-plus home runs, play average to just slightly above average defense, And I think that he's a great fit. I think he's a great fit, and I think he's going to take advantage of next offseason. We know the crown jewel is going to be Juan Soto, but if you miss out on Juan Soto, do you go with Teoscar Hernandez? Now, like I said, defensively, you just hope that he stays kind of okay. Some of the metrics don't like him. I mean, outs above average, he's -6. That's in the 3rd percentile. But barrel rate, hard hit percentage, bat speed, average exit velocity, expected slug, he's all above average in those categories. The whiff rate, the K rate, they're not pretty. 28.1% strikeout rate, that's below average. But still, it's what he does in this role. And I think with Teoscar Hernandez, he made a smart business move. And I think that he understands that, hey, I went out there and I proved myself in 1 year with the Dodgers, and I would love to see him back. I would love to see him back on, you go 4 years, $90 million. I think for him, if he can get to $100 million, he would have to really, really have a strong finish to the season. Really strong finish to the season, and the Dodgers would have to win the World Series, possibly with having a big role, right? I mean, because defensively, he's a below average defender, but he can rake. So anywhere between 80 and 100 million is really his number, which has definitely been a massive boost from what he signed the offseason, where he wanted a multi-year deal, ends up signing for $23.5 million with the Dodgers with the deferred money. But we'll break it down further, more in depth too, in the future, but I think that's where we're looking right now. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation Home Run Derby post-game show. We're going to be back tomorrow after the All-Star game. Lots to talk about. Be on the lookout tomorrow for 2 shows, Dodgers Dugout and the MLB Dugout. The Dugout, where we're talking all things Major League Baseball. We're talking the top players available at the deadline, how they could impact the Dodgers for sure. We got Ramon. Lil Birdie told me D-Mac is secretly in the All-Star game. Is it true? Hey, I'm just saying, until there's a side-by-side picture of me and Will Smith, no comment. But that's going to do it, guys. Appreciate you rocking with us after Teoscar Hernandez becomes the first Dodger to win the Home Run Derby, hitting 49 bombs in total. Congrats to Teoscar Hernandez. NS, that was for you. I read that. Yes. Will a Dodger be an MVP tomorrow? You know what? Yes. Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is going to win the MVP, and he's going to go yard. I'm calling it right now. That's going to do it for this episode, though, guys. Catch me tomorrow here at Dodgers Nation. Look out for us, but thank you again for joining us here. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Remember, there's nothing that brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue.